Hello, I'm going to talk about Persicarias. They are becoming increasingly more important in modern gardening because they look really good when there's lots planted together. And a lot of modern gardening is big sweeps of stuff. And the other thing about them is they love heavy soils. They give very little trouble, and if you pick the right ones, they don't run and take over the place. Some of the older ones did, where it could be trouble. But I'm only going to talk about the ones that are well behaved and respectable for your garden. Now this is Persicaria amplexicaulis. I'm not 100% certain I'm pronouncing that second name properly. Every year it grows slightly wider, but it doesn't go mad, it doesn't need a stake, and it always performs. Always performs. If you have heavy, hard, cleggy, rough soil, it's a perfect plant for it. If I like a plant, I'll use it and use it and use it again. Here it is behind. See it just there behind the catalpa. And there it is again here. And I think that's the same variety, but we'll go and look at some more varieties, because we have lots. And it's nice just to stroll in the gardens as well. So this is completely mad. This is one of the first ones. It's known as Persicaria. It's one called speciosa. It's a slightly different colour. Now look how big. There's about 10 plants here. This is the boundary of the bed, and there's the gravel starts there. So look how much it's grown out, and we just have a little passageway through. But it is, as you can see, it is very, very impressive. Now we'll move. Gorgeous pink one, slightly different. I'm not getting in there, I might damage the border. That's a very nice pink one, a very light pink one, very subtle. And we have white one. Now that white one's very different. A very nice plant. And it's going to get better and better over the next month or two. And it fades lovely over the winter. This Persicaria here is actually, it's actually in flower. You can see it's got a little flower on it, but it's actually growing for its purple foliage. It's called Red Dragon. Very, very easy plant. This is full shade. If it gets a bit tired looking, as red plants often do later on in the season, you put right back and it'll start off again. Now I placed it next to a golden bamboo, deep for contrast. And here we have the giant Persicaria here. Look at it, it's gorgeous. That's polymorpha. That's probably one of the biggest herbaceous plants in the place. Now, remember that Japanese knotweed is closely related to these plants. So you always have to be very careful. But it doesn't have any of the bad tendencies of the Japanese knotweed. It's a great plant if you have a big garden. Our final Persicaria is a totally different type of Persicaria. It's Persicaria affinis. And it's quite unusual. It runs along the ground. That's its height. It's very low, and it's very handy plant, because when the flowers finish, that's the flower. When the flower finishes, you get this red seed head. So it looks like it's a red flower, which extends the flowering period. Now it flowers as it grows, and it grows out. And as it grows out, it roots. So it's very good in gravel because it can root along. And if you had a grass lawn there, you'd have to keep taking it back. But I can let that grow out. And if it gets too far, just pull it back, because the roots only go down about that much into the ground. Now you see the way I've used it to soften the line all the way along. It's one of the best, I would say, one of the best small front border plants if you have a little bit of space. And the way we deal with it, the way we keep it reasonably tidy is in the winter, in the late winter, not late winter, what am I saying? Late spring, we just take out any dead leaves, just give them a quick rake and a quick clip across the top, and it's ready for another year. And that's me on Persicarias, perfect Persicarias for the garden.